Introducing the new G.I. Joe Adventure Team. 5 rugged men with lifelike hair. They're outfitted for action, and they take their orders from this man, the Adventure Team Commander.
I've got a tough assignment for you.
The G.I. Joe Adventure Team. They'll dare anything and risk everything. Collect the new G.I. Joe Adventure Team and add to the action with Adventure Team sets. G.I. Joe, now with lifelike hair from Hasbro.
Hey folks, I'm Largo, this is the Lair, and as you can see, my first Joe is freed from his packaging prison and ready to start going on some adventures. Had a great time talking with Ed and Jeff and Adam in our first episode of AT-76, seeing where we're going to go with this new project and this new collection. I'm excited to get back into the 12-inch Joes. Been looking for something new to add to the collection, something be fun to toy photography. Is that a verb? It is now. So I'm looking forward to finding some cool outdoor action shots for these guys and getting some new accessories and goodies. So I'm on the hunt. Some of my friends have already reached out. Some of you, subscribers who have some classic Joes in their collection that they're willing to sell at a decent rate, and that helps. So I'm looking for specifically the core team, my core team from 1976, which would be Mike Bauer, Bullet Man, the Eagle Eye Land Commander, and of course their enemies, the Intruders. So slowly, piece by piece, I'll put them together along with some of the other adventure team members. Yes, Eduardo is awake. So there's land, sea, and air, and some very cool side missions such as Black Spider Rendezvous, which are definitely worth picking up and adding to your adventure team equipment bay. So I'll give you my unboxing and impressions of this guy, and as we get more pieces in the collection, we'll see where this goes. So enjoy. Hey fellow adventurers, this is my first foray into the 12-inch adventure team in many years, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is the Black Spider Rendezvous from the Timeless collection, which is a re-release of a 1970s set by Hasbro. And as you can see, it's a great homage to what came before, showing the adventure team as it was and then taking one of the action sets and combining it with a figure. So this is from what they consider the golden age of G.I. Joe, from 1964 to 1976. And Black Spider Rendezvous was one of the adventure sets you could pick up. And the cool thing about this is it has a backpack helicopter. So I'm excited to open this one up. It'll be the first time I've played with a 12-inch Joe since I was a little kid. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's open this thing up and check it out. So as you can see, you've got a re-released 12-inch Joe with Kung Fu grip and a fuzzy head. He's got all kinds of accessories. Unfortunately, with this packaging, it's not what I would call collector friendly. It looks great, but everything is put in such a way that once you remove it from the package, you can't easily put it back in the package for display if you wanted to. So, yeah, it's the way it is. I prefer the old, what they call coffin boxes, where you just had the basic square or rectangular box with good card art, and then the accessories you could put into a storage locker or what have you. So I may try to find a reproduction box to keep him in when he's not being used, and his accessories will definitely go into a classic G.I. Joe footlockers as soon as I acquire one. But I'll go ahead and rip all this stuff off of the prison packaged thingy that it's on and all the wire ties and stuff, and then we'll get a look at this man of action in action. Cool. Almost there. I just had to take a moment to point out the sheer absurdity of the way they packaged this thing. It's like they never intended for you to ever take it out of the box, and certainly no small child could. I've got most of it surgically removed, but they even wire tied his hands to his weapon for the display. I've still got wire ties on the backpack copter I've got to undo. And all of his accessories are still sealed in these plastic bubble things. So this is a freaking ordeal just getting this thing out of the package. So, I mean, it's great that I received it and it's still in good shape after all these years, but really, this seems like a bit of overkill. Maybe it's just me. Okay, after much cussing and consternation, we were finally able to free poor Joe from his packaging hell. So, now that we have him out of the box, let's see what kind of condition he is after all these years in cryo sleep. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. The uniform's in really nice shape. A couple of spots where it's creased from being wired into the package as badly as it was. And there is a little bit of paint rub, unfortunately, because they chose to have him holding his weapon in the package, which is never a good idea with Kung Fu grip hands. Some of the paint from the weapon has rubbed off and stuck onto his Kung Fu grip hand. I don't know how well you guys can see that. It's not a huge deal. I can fix it. So we'll have to clean him up. But his Kung Fu grip is still supple, so the rubber hasn't gotten too bad. And his articulation seems to be in good shape. He's not loose. I mean, his joints aren't loose. He's finally loose from his package. The flocking looks pretty good. The Timeless Collection heads, though, are not as good as the original. The eyes are not bad. The scar, just, I don't know, just doesn't look quite as I remember the original Joes. It's close, not terrible. He'll definitely be a good member of the adventure team, but I might look for a better vintage head. Well, we'll see. For right now, not bad. You know it's Joe. He's definitely got the look. Stands pretty well. So the uniform is on point for what it's supposed to represent. A little bit loose fitting, but Joe uniforms always were. The Alpha Tango symbol seems to be an iron-on instead of a sticker, so that's a nice upgrade. And he's got a lot of cool accessories. Biggest of course, being the turbocopter backpack. And this thing is just one of my favorites from childhood memories. I think the one I had was yellow. Could have been orange. I don't remember. That was several beers ago. But he does have a cool action feature here. So you can actually spin the rotors using the push button, similar to the great big helicopter that Joe had. It's got some decent little detailing on the backpack. And he has two control arm mechanisms and a belt system to hold the helicopter to him. So, not bad. I like this. That was the main reason I liked this set, was this cool gadget. Joe had some really cool gadgets. He and Bond were kind of neck and neck for who would get the best toys to go into adventures with. He also comes with a combat knife and a decent sheath that is designed, I guess that will go on his leg or his arm. I'll have to check. The knife itself, it's not bad. Pretty well detailed for what it is. And the sheath is pretty good. So we'll figure out where to attach that to Joe in a minute. Comes with his service revolver, which is very reminiscent of the classic style from back in the day. And of course he has the shoulder holster to go with it. So let's see how that goes in there. Is it a good fit? Yeah, it's not bad. About as I remember it. Fits well underneath the arm and looks good. That was always one of the classic parts of the uniform for the adventure team, was the shoulder holster with the service revolver and of course the Alpha Tango on their uniform. So we'll take a look at the rest of his accessories here real quick. He also comes with a walkie-talkie, pretty standard for Joe's. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a belt to put it on. And of course his adventure team dog tag. This one's nice. It's made in metal and has the G.I. Joe Adventure Team on the back, as well as the Alpha Tango symbol on the front. And not bad. It's really nice. Has some heft to it. We have a map case with a pretty cool grid map that you can pull out of there. He has a helmet for when he's in the copter, with a slide down visor. Very cool. And of course the machine gun or Sten gun with a removable clip. And you can see there's some paint rub there. The silver came off on his hand from being stuck in that pose for God knows how long. But all in all, not a bad set. Decent amount of tech and gear that he needs for the mission. And I'm happy with it. Now we'll see how he looks with the copter on and get him into adventure mode. So here he is with his copter backpack in place, and as much gear as he can store. He doesn't have any pockets or a utility belt or a bag, so he doesn't have a way to carry his map, which is kind of unfortunate. Or his walkie-talkie. I mean, I guess you could try to stuff it in one of the straps, but nah. He should have come with a utility belt, in my opinion, or a satchel or something. So he'll definitely need some upgrades, but for a basic set, it's not bad. Comes with most everything you need to get an adventure started, but being that this was really geared towards the adult collectors, I feel like they cheaped out on some of the accessories. So could have used a utility belt or a messenger bag or something, but other than that, it's good for what it is. The helmet fits good, backpack definitely fits pretty well. It's even got a place to put his machine gun while he's in transit. I opted to put the knife on his leg. It seems to work there pretty well, but again, utility belt would have been a better choice. But all in all, it does what it's supposed to do. He's got the chopper, he's ready to go into a mission, and the visor pops down, and you can get his chopper going pretty fast, so you get the desired effect. Overall, I'm happy. I might opt to go with a more upgraded body in the future, because I'm finding while his joints are pretty tight, his hips are not. They're super loose, and when you put that heavy copter on his back, he tends to want to do the mambo. So might see a super articulated body in his future. We'll see. But for right now, it's my first Joe after many, many decades without one. Yeah, he's definitely going to need some work on those hips and or a stand. But for what he is, I'm happy. It looks cool, and definitely reminiscent of the backpack copter that I remember as a kid. So it's a good start to a new collection. Yeah, those hips are bugging me, but we'll tweak him. Now we have the technology and a lot of places who are doing third-party reproductions, not to mention just some cool fabricators out there that can put some things together to make this set really 100% what it should have been. So I'll start looking for some accessories and upgrades for this guy, along with some other adventure team buddies to join him on his adventures. But for now, we're getting a start. First Joe in the Lair, and yeah, mission accomplished as far as that goes. Bigger and better things will be coming. So see ya in the near future.